the most important that I felt emotionally attached was the personal mentorship, because I used to get calls. They used to, like, accountability was there, but then the evaluation, the quality evaluation, because in market there are many coaches. I could not, like, I went till interview and I thought that I will get my name. So that was the lowest phase, because I saw my parents even crying in grief.
Hello, guys. So today's podcast is with Sonali Jha. She cracked UPSC Civil Services with 89th rank, and she was part of our mains companion program. But before we begin this session, I want you to think about this for a moment. That you prepare for years and you give everything that you can, and you reach till the interview stage, and still your name is not there in the final list. What happens next? Do you give up or you come back stronger? So if you see today's story, Sonali Jha's story, it's about that comeback. So we are talking about Sonali Jha, and she was part of our mentoring program. She could not clear the prelims in the first attempt, and then she have made a significant improvement, cleared prelims and mains, and reached till interview in the second attempt, but missed the final list. And she went through one of the lowest emotional phase. Even she told to us when she came to our program, even she have seen that her parents were in tears, and still, just a matter of 1 year, within a year, she came back and secured All India rank 89. So that's not just success, that's the kind of mental strength, and that's the clarity, that's the direction that is actually required with respect to this exam. And the biggest shift in her journey was, if you see, she stopped, in fact, overcomplicating the preparation, and she started focusing on simplification, revision, and the actual demand of the exams like PYQs and other things, and the mentorship that we provided. In fact, in her own words, if I want to put it, see, she's saying that collecting multiple resources was one of her biggest mistake initially, and the real improvement came when she started focusing on limited resources with multiple revisions. And in this journey, she was part of our mains companion program at Civils 360, where me worked with her, our team also worked with her, improving her answers, improving her perspectives, where we can see she have improved in her answer structure, the way she have written previous mains and this mains. The difference in the mark is almost 70 also, and the subparts and the understanding the demand of the questions. She have also learned how to add value through examples or reports, and the way she's going to present the things. And most importantly, she got that personalized mentorship and the continuous feedback from my side and from my team also, which actually reflected directly in her marks. And what is the result? Significantly improved across all GS papers, essay, and optional. Optional was different, but still significant improvement you can see in GS and essay. And finally, rank 89. So this podcast, this conversation that you're going to watch, it's not just about her success. This is for every aspirant who either could not clear prelims, because she have not cleared prelims in first attempt, or you cleared prelims and mains but missed the final list, like she attempted, she attended the interview in the second attempt but couldn't make it in the final list. So you will see all those emotional situations that she have gone through in this podcast. Or still, if you are going through any kind of pressure or any kind of self doubt right now, because if you look at this journey, her journey, that proves one thing: UPSC is not about never failing. It is about, failing, but rising every time that you fail, right? All these are going to be your stepping stones finally, right? So watch this conversation carefully. And this, I can tell you, this can definitely change the way you approach your preparation. Your mindset also will change. So let's begin. Hi, Sonali. How are you?
Thank you, sir, for having me. I'm fine.
So, rank 89 this year.
Yes.
Congratulations.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.
So tell me, what was going through your mind when you saw the result? How do you feel now?
So, firstly, I could not believe it because I thought it's a fake PDF. Then I checked it from like five different places, from different channels, and then I thought like that it's sure. So then मतलब फिर I realized कि ठीक है, it's real. वरना I was like shocked कि नहीं इतना अच्छा rank तो is not possible.
Okay, tell us your background. I know about your background and everything, but for audience, if you can tell us your background, your education, and your attempts and how you cracked it, it will be good.
No, so I was born and raised up in Delhi, and schooling was also from South Delhi. Thereafter, I did my graduation in political science honors from Miranda House, University of Delhi, and I graduated in 2022. After that, I gave three attempts. So, in the very first attempt, I could not clear prelims, and thereafter, last year, I went till interview but could not clear. And then this year, I successfully passed all the three stages and got a good rank.
Okay, and now tell me, first attempt you couldn't clear the prelims, and then in the second attempt you cleared the prelims, but you couldn't crack finally till interview stage you went, and third attempt you have done it completely with a phenomenal rank of 89. So, what was the difference between the first attempt and the second attempt, and the second attempt and the third attempt? What made you to this 89 rank now?
So first of all, the most important is that of direction and guidance. Like when I joined, like very first, I gave my first attempt. I did not had a good guidance and mentorship. In the subsequent stages, somewhere I consulted, also I consulted your institute and some others, some seniors. So from there, I actually got to know that what works and what not. So then I charted a good way forward and did it in a better way as compared to what I was when I just joined early on.
So, what mistake did you make in your initial attempt, or can you tell that one big mistake that actually cost you one attempt, or one or two attempt, or at least one attempt? Because second attempt, I think you went till interview. So,
Yes.
what were the initial mistakes that you did?
So it's more about that we keep on focusing on knowledge and we forget that there are certain tactics or certain skills that are required at every stage. For instance, in the pre itself, I studied many books. Like for every subject, I used to take different tests from different sources. So it just cluttered everything. You have to have a very simple, strategy and then keep on following that intensively. That is what I learned. For instance, even for mains, I feel that having not more than two sources is very good, and then doing it, revising it many times, or revising the PYQs many times. So the biggest lesson is to simplify the preparation and to work upon the things which actually come in exam.
Okay, so connected to that, can you tell me what were the three, four resources that you always relied upon? Like you read less and you keep revising more, or follow the same resource and you keep revising the same thing. Three, four, any such
Yes.
resources that you relied upon throughout your 3 years of preparation?
Yes, sir. So, for instance, for polity, we can have Lakshmikant. That could help in both prelims as well as in mains. People say that it does not work, but this year itself, we see that questions have come upon Attorney General and such things. So, Lakshmikant is one which will help you everywhere. In pre, also, around 15 questions could easily be solved. Similarly, sir, if we talk about for the mains, if we talk about art and culture, so we have that fine arts NCRT of 11th class that really helps in like building the base and getting some basic content about like culture and society. Also, so just like that for history, we have Spectrum, which helps in both prelims and mains. And apart from that, so if we do the current affairs also from one sources, like anyone coaching magazine, I think it would help in both prelims where we have to solve fact-based question and in mains where we can use those facts as examples or value addition. So it can help in both these stages. But the thing is that we have to do one single resource many times.
Sonali, now you are standing here after cracking UPSC with 89th rank. So the main problem that the aspirants face is where do I start with? You also face the same problem in the beginning. So what will you tell
Yes.
them? Where do someone should start with when they aspire to give this exam?
In my case, like I did the mistake of just starting very alone and isolated way. I think that is not a good way. First, you should just see some toppers talk in general, some videos, and thereafter, I think some one good mentor or you have to get suggestions and advices from somewhere or the other. And so, as in when you start, you can just take your resources and just start with one reading. But just before starting anything, just chart out a plan, a year wise or a monthly plan, and then follow that plan. Such kind of plans are like available on the internet, or even if you join some coachings, so they can provide you a way forward that how you have to proceed. So before starting with any resources, just strategize well. Just plan that, okay, I have to finish this and how much return I'll get by finishing this. So planning is the first thing, sir, which is actually based upon, like, you can use internet or you can just try to consult mentors.
Okay, your lowest phase in your journey? It could be, you have not cracked the prelims in the first attempt, or you have not completely came out of this exam in the second attempt. You went till interview stage. So out of those two, what could be the lowest phase?
Uh, so I feel the lowest phase was when the I could not clear in the final list, because then it becomes a very difficult game, because this is a vicious cycle. So when I could not, like, I went till interview and I thought that I will get my name. So that was the lowest phase, because I saw my parents even crying in grief. So then I thought, yeah, that. But then what I did was that I had the courage. I cried for some period, like about 2 to 3 years, and then I sat again for, because the prelims was 1 month away. So that was the lowest phase. But then I think even if such phases come, you have to have a clear why, that why you want to do it. So that will encourage you to just stop crying and then focus on your game.
Okay, so from not clearing prelims in the first attempt, now with rank 89. So when did things started changing for you in your favor?
Yes. So I think that because there are three stages in this exam. So somewhere or the other, every child or every student has some natural talent which works in one stage. For instance, for me, prelims was a big hurdle. Every time I just, this year also, I thought that I could not clear prelims itself. But I think mains was relatively, because of the way of answer writing or the value additions that I gave, or the analysis that your coaching also provided. These things really helped, and fortunately my mains was better positioned. So I think no one can be certain key when our luck is going to work, because even I was not sure that my luck will work this time. But yeah, definitely when in mains I got a certain amount of confidence due to also the previous year's experience, and by good guidance, mentorship, and everything was well sorted in those 2 3 months between prelims and mains. So that gave me a sort of confidence, and then confidence leads to better performance in exams, sir.
Okay, what exactly did you change in your preparation strategy from not clearing prelims in the first attempt to cracking this with 89th rank? What was that evolution?
So for prelims, it was more of like, rather than focusing on knowledge, being more learning those skills or MCQ aptitudes, like solving one test every day when 1 or 2 months are left, or doing the PYQs, trying to understand the language in which UPSC frames the question. So for prelims, sir, I will advise that you keep on practicing by yourself also, and just try to learn that how the questions are framed and how you can try to, choose the answer even if you do not have knowledge. So that is one skill, sir. Again, then in the second stage, sir, that is the mains. I think a good kind of evaluation. Like, I had evaluation and mentorship through you. You tried to make me understand that how to go about in the demand of the question, where to add value, how to write examples. So I felt that that could really help. So I just learned many things. Like, earlier, I didn't knew that we have to write 3 to 4 subparts in some 20 marks question, or in, sorry, in the 15 marks question. Sometimes the question is so complex that students forget to write many subparts. So such small things, if could be changed either through mentorship or through self analysis. If someone could not afford that, I will say even self analysis could work. Yes, sir.
So, was it content or strategy or mentorship or test series? What made the real big difference? You have talked about all these actually.
Yes, sir. So I think that first comes your raw material, that is the content. But if you have the content but not the mentorship, that could not help. I think test series could be ranked lowest, because but mentorship could help a like lot as compared to test series. Test series you can take from anywhere and write them. But who is checking them? The person, his experience, that matters. So till content, it's your work. Then you can take test series from anywhere. But then trying to choose a mentor who is really experienced and whose advice could help is the like real challenge, sir. Yes, sir.
And during your preparation, you were associated with Civil 360 and me for
Yes.
your mains companion program, with our mains companion program. So, can you tell us how does that help you?
Yes, sir. So mostly in the mains evaluation, like when I was writing answers in the like earlier days, so there were many problems in my structure, in making the subparts. Sometimes I didn't used to understand the directive words, like if there is critically examining. So such small details were being explained, sir. And apart from that, trying to understand the question from a holistic viewpoint, because sometimes we go very academic. Reading so many books leads to us writing very like very contemporary or classic answers which do not work. So even when I was talking to you sometimes, or the mentors, other mentors who were assigned, they used to tell me that how you can tackle the question in a way which would be liked by the examiner. You have to give some elements which shows that okay, you are a well-aware person. So, sir, that can only come through constant feedback and mentorship, in which you really helped me. So, I'm grateful for that, sir.
Yes, Sonali, even when we talk about mentorship that you have taken from Civil 360, but still, if
Yes.
you go very specific, was it evaluation part or the feedback or the direction that the mentor is giving to you, or is it ultimately the accountability? What matters more? Because there is a psychological aspect also involved when it comes to that accountability. You'll have to have that commitment to the mentor also. So, what does that really matter?
So I think all of these elements somehow, almost all these elements, 25% of each was there. And the most important that I felt emotionally attached was the personal mentorship, because I used to get calls. They used to, like, accountability was there, but then the evaluation, the quality evaluation, because in market there are many coachings. You do not know who is like right. So if you get a good, because the result that I got is the result of what I take the mentorship from where I took the mentorship. So I think in that sense, that personalized feedback, the personal call, one-to-one sessions that I had, so they were very helpful, sir.
Sonali, you couldn't crack the prelims in first attempt, and you
Yes.
told that prelims is again very uncertain, and you are more worried about the prelims. But in the next two
Yes.
attempt, you cracked prelims, right?
Yes, sir.
So, how did you approach prelims differently so that you made sure that you cracked in the second attempt and you cracked in the third attempt also? Because after interview, some only 1 month is left out, and you cracked with that also, even though you are slightly worried about prelims. So were you
Yes, sir.
following some? So when it comes to prelims, yes, we have prepared, but then there will be some kind of elimination technique is required, some kind of guesswork also you need to make. So what actually worked? It will be very beneficial to the fellow aspirant also.
Yes, sir. So in the game of prelims, two things are important. First is your static knowledge, and second is the skill of like solving the questions. So we have to go stage wise. First, we have to make sure that whatever sources we are reading, that has to be very well memorized. Many students do the mistake that they use 2 3 resources, and in the exam then they forget all of that. We do not have to do that. For instance, if we are studying polity, we have to take one book of polity and read it at least 4 times. Like if 2 months are left now, you have to cover Lakshmikant 4 times. After that, sir, after doing that, there comes the PYQs and the test series. In that also, PYQs are most important. So you have to start solving PYQs and try to understand the language of the UPSC, that how the statements are formed. And so regarding the elimination or the tricks that are being used, there are several coachings, even your coaching, sir. There are certain videos in which they teach that. So that videos can be referred 1 2 time, but then again you have to practice them by yourself. So when you have a good knowledge base, that goes for each subject. In you can make a list of all the subjects, follow the book list, revise that 4 or 5 times, and then keep on solving the questions. And then there are certain topics, like if there is environment, there is tiger reserves, biosphere reserves, fundamental rights, articles. These are certain topics which always come. So keep on revising them and try to understand how to solve the questions. If you will have the command over these two things, prelims can be cracked so well.
Now, Sonali, you have done really good in your mains. You have improved
Yes.
significantly in your essay, almost 22 mark, in your GS, almost 20 mark, and in your optional, close to 50 mark, right? So, coming to essay first. So, how you were able to improve almost 22 mark in your essay?
No, so for essay, I think that the old approach of the pestle, where students are writing from political, economic, social, that does not works anymore. Rather, we have to go in a more philosophical and poetical way. We have to understand that essay is a paper which is not trying to understand our knowledge, but it's more about opinion, about how ethical we are. Do we have a far-sighted view? So, in essay, try to be more of have a poetical approach, as if you are writing some quotes, you are writing some stories. Try to go in that way. Try to be a philosopher. I think those kind of essays are rewarding. And secondly, sir, also the structure that goes on in the structure also students are very mechanical, like they are following introduction body, in that they are giving some again they come to political social this way. You do not have to go this way. You have to go in a question asking way. Ask questions, be argumentative, give you can give exclamation marks, you can ask questions. So I think somewhere or the other essay demands creativity. It's not that you just keep on writing facts, you write I do not know reports, data. These are not required. You have to be more of poetical in essay. So I think that is rewarding.
Okay, now coming to GS also, you have improved significantly. So how did you improve in answer writing part from the previous mains and this mains? How did you structure your answer? And how a 90 mark answer copy is different from a 120 mark answer copy?
Yes, sir. So first of all, if we have to get very good marks, we have to think from examiner's perspective that when the examiner is checking, he should not get a effect that some way something is wrong in this answer. If he gets that everything is right, then we'll give you maximum marks. For that, we have to follow four important things. First of all is the demand, sir, which I also used to get. Like I used to listen that from you and the mentors in the program, in the companionship program, is the demand that students try to write what they have studied. You do not have to go in that way. You have to understand the demand as if a common man is reading, and then answer the demand with your knowledge. So you have to mold your knowledge. Secondly, so generalized answers are not good. I think everywhere, whether I think if there are 20 questions, 16 to 17 questions should be such where you have given good amount of value addition, like you have given data, you have given reports, diagrams, maps. These are very important. If you're writing generalistic points, that's good. If you have 2 3 questions where you do not know many things, you can write in that. But for 15 to 16 questions, they should be of very good quality. For that, you have to prepare very short notes of committee data, reports, quotes. You can do that. Apart from that, sir, also the structure, the structuring of the answer, where we see that we have to like decode the question in 3 to 4 subparts. For instance, there is a 20 marks question which is of critically examination. So you have to write the both angles. You have to write the positive angle, also counter argument. Many people miss that. I've seen many copies where they just you use that line of the question, but they do not give a counter argument. If there is a question that of economy, that is there K-shaped recovery, so you have to write yes, there is K-shaped recovery, but you have to also give counters that that is not actually true. So, sir, if you follow these 3 4 things, writing end to end, making sure every subpart is done, examples, value addition, I feel then the examiner must be giving very good marks.
Okay, now you are with ranks 89, and at times you might have faced that self-doubt and you might have to handle the pressure when you were an aspirant, right, for the last 3 years. So, how did you handle that pressure? How did you handle that self-doubt? And what do you feel now when you crack this exam with rank 89?
Yes, sir. So I think until and unless you become like successful, your story is only your story. No one will sympathize with you. So that is why, for the beginners, I would like to say that try to have a clear why you are entering this game. It's a brutal truth that this is a very complex exam. Whenever because they themselves have given 6 attempts. So the psychology is that this demands a good amount of hard work plus luck also. So you have to have a clear goal, that in terms of why are you in this game. For instance, agar when I just got like failed in prelims, so I again got caught up with that anxiety, and I thought that okay, this is not the end of the game. I am here and I have to play. Just like a player, if you have not given one goal, that doesn't mean that you will stop the game. Okay, so keep on analyzing and keep courage, because I feel this exam itself naturally is complex. You cannot think that in 1 2 attempts. I think people are lucky, some people are genius that they clear it in first or second, but not everyone is like that. But then the point comes that keep on analyzing that, where if you try to learn from what mistake you did, and if you try to learn from that, you get good guidance. I feel that it could be cracked well. So
Okay, I have two, three kind of rapid fire kind of questions.
yes,
Okay,
sir.
so tell me one mistake that every UPSC aspirant make.
So material collection.
Okay, one thing that you would never do again.
Again, sir, collecting multiple resources.
Okay, best resource versus most overrated resource.
So I have to give an example, or like what?
Yeah, you can.
So I think these coaching booklets, they are very much overrated. Like many coachings have their, like they give magazines in 2 3 months, but they are not revisable. If now in the market there are magazines which are coming, I think before prelims you cannot revise them. Rather, it's better to use the standard book you used entire year.
Self-study or mentorship.
So I think a combination of both, but yeah, self study first and around 40 to 30% mentorship.
Collecting notes and revising again and again.
So revising again and again.
Okay, let's now conclude with a couple of more questions. Okay, see if someone is stuck right now, someone might not have cleared interview just like in your situation last year, or someone who
Yes, sir.
couldn't clear the mains or prelims this year. What would
Yes,
you
sir.
recommend, to them?
Yes, sir. So first of all, because 2 months are left, so you cannot take risk with prelims, and also your prelims knowledge will help in mains anyhow. So right now, focus on prelims. Anyhow, clear the prelims. That should be your goal. After that, just sit for 1 to 2 weeks and try to understand your mark sheet as to where you could improve. In my case, it was essay, it was optional. So try to see that where you can improve, and then try to analyze how you can improve. You can take mentorship, you can see your answers, you can see toppers copy. Through that, you can get certain points that and try to have the best version of answers. If you try to understand, you will see that every answer can be more better. If you see in that way, I think some kind of improvements would be made, sir. So that could increase your main score, and then you can follow on in interview again. Whatever changes you feel you can do.
Okay, now you cracked this exam with 89th rank and you improved your GS score almost 40 marks. So, will you recommend our mains companion to the fellow aspirants?
Yes, so very much. Because last year I was not a part of any mentorship. I got some evaluation from some free institutes or so. But this year it was more personalized. And I think that has really helped. Although I was not expecting such a good margin of increase in marks, but I feel somewhere that has helped. Like the you try to help the decode the demand of the answer, or writing in subparts, also time management during mains. So these things have really helped me, and the best thing is that it did not lead to like wasting of times, because it used to be online and on call, so I could be readily available, and there used to be a summarized version. They used to explain me in a very summarized way that you have to make this improvements. So I'll definitely recommend this, sir.
Sonali, you cracked UPSC with All India rank 89. Were you always a topper? What do you think? Can an average student crack UPSC?
Yes, sir, definitely. So, although I was a topper in school and college, but I have seen many people, and it's more about consistency. I have also seen many toppers failing, and many average people just passing with flying colors. So, definitely, if you have good mentorship, if you are doing your hard work, it could be easily possible, sir.
What's your final three pieces of advice to those aspirants and audience who's watching this video?
Simplify your process. Just keep it in a very simple way, that you have to have limited sources and multiple revision. Secondly, do not go into fear of missing out, that is FOMO. Just if you are try to just believe in your sources, believe in your mentor, and keep on following that. And thirdly, have a strong willpower and your courage, because in the very low times no one will come to sympathize with you. So you are your own savior, this is your own game. So just play it like a very courageous player.
Thank you so much, Sonali. All the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you.